podcast. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this podcast. I'm sorry that this podcast is late again, so let's get into it. This is Deep Dive Podcast. I'm your host, Gamer Anton D. We are going to review Last of Us Episode 4, so let's get into this. So, we're gonna talk about Kathleen, and she's the leader of the Resistance. So, first, we're gonna talk about Kathleen. I say she's a little bit interesting because I'm thinking that she's gonna be like not like a big role because she's a new character because I already googled it after the show ended. I was like, is she part of the game or yeah, basically like that. And then no, Google said no. So I'm like, okay, all right, okay. So I'm just a little bit thinking about this. Is she gonna be like a kind of like a focus, like not like a main focus, but like kind of she's kind of gonna be like a kind of a mini boss to Joe and Ellie, and I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, okay, how is this gonna like? How they gonna meet? Are they? Is Joe need to decide to shoot Kathleen, or or Kathleen gonna like be like freeze or something like that? And now, so we kind of I want to talk about the resistance a little bit. Um, I am kind of interested by it now because, like, okay, in the game, so there wasn't a big part of the game, but they were like, just an obstacle. I like how they kind of talked about that at the inside the episode of Last of Us. There was just obstacles, and I like how the show made them kind of a little bit a bigger part of the show, just a little bit. I kind of like that idea. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and I'm thinking about Kathleen actually. Let's go back to Kathleen. My prediction of her is she's gonna die or she's gonna be like set up to be kind of an a little bit of an important character in the like later episodes maybe. All right. So now we're gonna talk about Joe and Ali. So Joe and Ali getting along because I remember in the car ride Ali was giving direction to Joe. It's kind of not like I think some people think that's not like they're not bonding, but at that point they kind of slowly they are slowly bonding because they talking with each other and that stuff. Like Ali giving direction where to go and that stuff. So yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about was Ali shot somebody. I was like when Ali shot someone, to like because Joe, the reason why she shot the person was because Joe was in trouble, and Ellie be like, hey, I have this gun already, so let me. So she shot the person, but the person didn't die. Joe just finished him, just boom, and that's it. Very. I kind of like how they did that kind of thing because like Joe kind of like, I think like the facial reaction to Joe, it was like wait a minute, when did you got that gun or something like that? I was like, oops. Ali, I like, hey, I'll be honest, if Joe was mad at that moment, I was like, why are you mad to Ali? She basically saved your life and kind of that kind of thing. And I like how going back to the bonding that Joe was teaching Ali how to hold a gun or teaching her how to like hold a gun basically. And I like that. I like that idea because because of my point of them, Joe and Ali getting along, it's kind of getting that point kind of thing right there. They're getting closer and closer, but it's kind of like just a step by step process kind of thing. Yeah, I just really like that idea and that stuff. And then now we're gonna talk about the ending of the show and when the kid and the guy shows up because how they show up, it was like, all right, Joe was sleeping, and then I guess those the two guys, or the kid and the guy, just somehow sneak up to them when they were sleeping, and then Ali be like, Joe, Joe, and then he just wake, and then when he wakes up, there's like two people there, and yeah, and then my only question is the kid or the guy is one of them Henry? Basically, I already know who it who they are, but it's because I played the game. But I really don't remember the names. I'm gonna guess one of them is Henry, since in the show Kathleen was trying to find where is Henry is. So I'm like, okay, maybe one of them is Henry. Yeah, basically. And yeah, that's it for this podcast. If you guys like this podcast, hit the like button. And if you're a new person, hit the subscribe button because I will do more podcasts like this and I will see you next time. Bye bye.